Go to the third and final map of this series, Ancient. Dweg, I know I said I wasn't going to ask you for what you expect out of this, but in terms of a prediction, what do you think?
Yeah, I do want to give Spirit the slight edge in this one, but again, it is so difficult to tell. I think early rounds and early pressure could mean everything in this map.
Pistol round getting started with two Julies in for Cadian and Stan. We saw that have a lot of impact on the pistol round setup for Heroic over on Nuke. Stan instantly in with a crossfire alongside Cadian. They mow straight through the T side, or at least they attempt to do so. But Dexter gets both the kills of the players of Cheetah, and B site is open for business.
And now the Julies go back in favor of the T side. Rotations really slow on towards this B site itself. And for Spirit, perfect opportunity getting the post plant, playing out the 4v3.
A cross bomb plant closed off back behind the default totem. Over towards the wood position where Chopper can hold from. Mir is off to the sidelines over at Cave, and Refresh starts leaning up alongside Test. They catch Dexter with his back turned. No one's watching this angle. It allows the kill to come forward. A second one as well. Mir responds to a 2 versus 2. They're on the bomb. They tap it. There are no kits, but Test's finding kills. Mir gets it to a 1 versus 1 and holds on to the triple to the pistol for Team Spirit.
That keeps this cool there, Mir. A lot of fights being lost there on the site itself when the retake starts coming in, but just out from that cave position, not missing at all, making sure he's isolating as many individual picks as possible. And for Heroic, they had that aggressive stance in from Cheetah to start off the rounds, but it was Mir on the recovery.
Fantastic shooting from this Glock, and you would have thought that those two Julies forcing forward straight into the mass of the T-side players would have been enough for Cadian and Stan, but not to be. The Eagles out of the force buy for Heroic, as you would expect here at this stage in the game. Team Spirit looking to get that 2-0 very quickly up to their board and try to see if they can make it a 3 as well. And again, very similar buys to their T-side of Overpass. The Galil's in on 3 players, 2 AKs in tow. Rifles are plenty here for the team.
Yeah, no SMG, something that you don't see that often, a little bit uncharacteristic, but just making sure they give themselves the firepower to make sure they're overwhelming the round. And, well, Cadian just got straight spammed through the top mid smoke.
Just casual from Dexter.
Yeah.
Just burst fire. Got the headshot. It's all good. Simple stuff, it felt like there for the Spirit side. Now there's only one player to defend that B play. Chopper is catching players off towards the B aggression, so Refresh can get one good response, and Shush also pushes forward on SDY, so 3 on 3, rifles picked up, at least in the part of Shush. Back out of dodge against Dexter, can he escape? No, he can actually take the fight and win it. Now it's the man advantage for Heroic.
And they're going to spot this bomb too. They've got a wrap coming through.
What?
More, and Shush gets another one, and Magix is now the last one left to try and clutch.
Khalil out, down, does get caught at least, but damage has been done, and now they can push forward, catch that bomb back at spawn, the crossfire locked here. Shush getting 3 kills in this one. How has he had any right to do this? He's now upgraded to the AK, and he's ready for Magix. He is so ready for this T-side player. Back at elbow behind a smoke. And time's running short here. Another smoke goes down for the CT side. They're just going to suppress.
And Magix might just have to save. Honestly, when you get double smoked down for elbow in the times like this, you've got to recover the bomb and get back to the site. It's not going to happen. Hold on to the Galil, bring it into the next round. Heroic. It's just that solo play, that overly aggressive move out from ramp. And Dexter just thinks, hey, I can capitalize here. I can get a bit of a trade back. And maybe just going back to that bomb and letting the A players start dealing with Shush entirely was the better call there, because instead they ended up just giving up individual fights.
The individual fights really turned the tide there for Shush. Much to his namesake, silencing the T side. This third kill is really impressive. Like, Mir should have had him dead, but no. Very quickly back to a 1-1 scoreline. Team Spirit, they're the ones on the force this time.
This isn't, I want to say normal at this point, because look at map 1, look at map 2. We've seen so many of those anti-force buy conversions coming out, and we haven't had the clean 2-0, 3-0 starts.
Set sprays in for Stown. Magic's going to get caught by Shush. He's on the top. KD in SMG up close towards the top mid position. Gets Chopper. 2-0 trade. It's Heroic. Again, holding control against whatever Team Spirit have to work with in this force bite. Should go alright.
A lot of information already been given up, and even for this crossfire, without a molly to deal with Refresh, it's so difficult to overwhelm out from mid.
Rotates, will start to push in. Go up and out towards the A site commit. CT side of basically fully rotated away from this position, and Swish will start to make his way back. To get joined by his teammates over at the mid control, and they're going to again aggress in the part of Cadian. He's way too late to catch the backstab though, so Shush is just going to have to hold defensive. SDY and Mir. SDY was seen. bit awkward on the free fire and loses a bit of HP, can't get the frag together. Now the SMG can start closing in. Great flash in near court. SMG bursts through, gets to Mir's all alone. Does find a Testis at least, but no more than that.
And now that back and forth nature is going to stop. A couple of rounds in a row for Heroic. And we are seeing a lot of info plays. And we know another Danish squad, Copenhagen Flames, like to be really aggressive on CT side out from that mid position. And you wonder for Heroic, are we going to see something similar, at least when we get to the rifle rounds? A lot of pressure up to lane, out towards that elbow position. Because for so far, they have really liked the lurk plays.
Possible. Heroic have gone very far forward with their defensive line, so should be able to make nice work of Team Spirit here in the eco basis. Cadian's down. He's going to receive the likes of Chopper. Taps forward, flash forward as well. Chopper caught first. Way back on the second man, goes well. Now got to leave it towards the Galil. Cadian, I imagine. No, Stounder's peeking, give up the rifle. And that's 2 picks back to a 3 versus 3, but Cadian mops up the rest.
All about just being able to get the charge forward into lane. And just getting multi-frag after multi-frag mid, just looking for a little bit of exit damage. Has already been seen. Deagle can't find any more than that. So a 3-1 start coming through for Heroic. Now a chance to see the rifles coming forward.
Main step weapons, of course, on the M4s and the AKs. And as you mentioned before, Team Spirit will also be able to buy it down. Cadian can afford the AWP. Will he opt to get it? Yes, he will. Passing his rifle off to a teammate. No such luxury for the Spirit side. It's just the automatic weapons here.
And we know for the AWPers out on Ancient, there's many, many different diverse roles in which you can play. Deep out from candles at top mid, out towards sort of the temple area on the A side. Sometimes a little bit more aggressive for the lane aggression out to the B. But to start it off, it's a lot of anti-rush utility, and that just lands straight onto Chopper to start the round off.
Down. Aggressive against the man who's tagged up so heavy. Magic's aggressive against Refresh instead, wins that fight. M4 desperate to get a kill, but struggling with the pre-fire around the corner. Stound's going to get traded. Testes responding to Magic's at least, but 2 for 1 on his trade count.
Yeah, look at this gamble. They're just all playing out from B. They might even start pressing forward. Dexter's raiding.
Smoke's down. AK ready to receive it, and Testes does win out that fight. Now he's got to fall back.
Team Spirit, do they gather the information to realize, okay, they pressed us forward because they're making a bit of a gamble? Because otherwise, if they commit towards B, they're going to be running into so many players. Or are they? A rotation coming back now?
All 3 players rotating away as well. Cadian passive here on the B site. He's going to be required to deal with the Spirit squad. 2 rifles on rotation for Testis. It should be a little bit too far away. They are playing back at Candle, so they are ready for a rotation if it's necessary. The smoke coming down might indicate so, but they're going to wait off first contact first.
Ooh, Spirit going for a little bit of a double pump. Need to commit with this. Need to try and force the AWPer further back.
Util down. Cadian ready for a pick. Actually turned away from. Does actually catch the man, however, so now they have the B-side access and the rotation. Has to come in to go for the retake here. Orb still looking. Turn away again from the flashbang. Looks up, sees SDY, gets his connection. Chopper falls all the same. All left him here to clutch it.
Oh, we saw him clutching the pistol, but he needs another one of these big plays. 1v3 is going to get forced forward at the smoke. He has his knife out, and Cadian with the AWP is just there quicker. Get back on towards that defuse, but with the loss bonus of where it is and the bomb plant, we can see another buy here for Spirit.
The Shay and Mir caught flustered there towards Cave, and ultimately conceding the round as a result of it. There you go, forward to the board of Heroic. What was looking like a solid start there with the Spirit pistol. Starting to go the way of the CT side, and there were some risky picks that I honestly thought weren't going to work that way.
Well, they had to make them because they were in a 3v5. Spirit will be looking at that situation, probably kicking themselves, saying, guys, come on, that's not good enough. Map 3, up against the 3rd best team in the world, and we've got a 3-on-5 and we throw that round away. It can't happen.
We'll have to live with it for now. Tech9's out for Team Spirit. Half buy involved, Heroic. The M4 set towards down, seeing what's going on. Nade, damage will be done. Sprays Manic, but Mir comes up with the pick anyway. Now can grab one of those rifles. The M4 can be utilized against the AK potentially of Testes. They're going pretty quickly in towards this B site again, and finally Testes will find that trade. He's back up from his teammates, holds the 2K. Not quite the triple. The USP pulled out, but the Tech9's one better.
Just trying to hold for as long as they can, but that bomb is still not yet planted. They've got to get it down.
You've got 1 minute and 15 to do so there's time to play with. Shush going to get boosted up here. AK looking over the side to stop angle against Mir. 22 HP, he stays in. And it's full on retake with him spraying back through the smoke to catch Cadian.
All this spam damage, Resmoke going down towards that left-hand side of the backline, just trying to slow the whole retake for Heroic, but they don't really have a massive amount of util. All they've got is a smoke.
I'm going to put it onto the site itself. Waiting alongside Refresh. Peeking in, M4's wrap, smoke on. Turn away from looking for Dexter, great kill. 3 more to find. 2v2 situation. Mir's holding though, he's got a pick back. Should still hold the defuse though. He stuck the whole thing, but he's way too far out, and Mir will get a quadra involved as Team Spirit win that second round.
And the eco just resets the money now for Heroic. There was a decent chance for Spirit buying in that last. They think to themselves, we'll get rifles out, but we don't have a massive amount of util. Let's just half buy it. We'll make sure we've got a lot of money behind us. And just the aggression out from Cave. Mir, another huge round for him. And I start wondering to myself, are Spirit only converting these rounds because Mir is just going lights out?
Could be a possible outcome, could be a possible explanation. The new question for me, though, is that going to be enough for Spirit to win the game? That's the important thing. Still down by 2 rounds in the early doors. Heroic have an eco basis, so they should be able to win another one. ESPs will force forward, and Dexter's going to get that first pick in immediately to test testing that second man as well. Another player also towards ramp, great flash in, shot missed out. They're going to aggress him. Still trying to deal with it. Cadian found a knife meanwhile on Mir. How's that happen? He's got an AK pick as well, but Thunder Young and Dexter are dealing with it. Fortunately, holding themselves together, but Cadian, sneaky beaky like, finding his way onto some cheeky frags, and they're going to walk right into him, I think.
Well, it's extra money, so decent attempt to come in for the knife, get away with a couple of kills, but Spirit, they can just slow it down, start working with the information, start working with the clock, and for Cadian, there's not even any point going for the clutch or going in for the retake when that bomb gets down. Just save onto the AK, why not?
Yeah, no kit, no Kevlar, so kind of makes a lot of sense to me. I understand why he's not going to bother with it, so 40 seconds, keep the weapons. Keep that little bit of extra firepower. And again, some money, as you mentioned, for the likes of him, so we can drop weapons. He can pass that AK off, grab an AWP. A lot of potential for him going into round 8, but round 7, be a bomb plant and a secured third Spirit.
Smoke down to the side, just buy themselves a little bit of cover, get that bomb plant, and Cadian's just going to save and get Spirit up to 3. And you start wondering to yourself, what is a realistic scoreline, at least at the turn of the half? Heroic had a very, very good streak of 4 in a row. Chopper seems like he's a little bit happy there, having a couple of smiles. Something that when you compare the pair, Spirit have been a little bit more composed on the face cams, a little bit more serious. Whether that sort of means anything in the servage, it's just the two differences of teams itself.
It's like we're mentioning in the pre-game, you know, like Heroic tend to channel their emotions, but those emotions can also get the better of them at times, so the excitement and hype when they're winning, but also defeat when they're losing. Cadian does get 1 more exit frag, so there's always a rifle drop here for the Spirit side, and you can see how focused he is on just trying to maintain his life here. Third to the board, Heroic. Now up for the buy.
Spirit trying to see if they could just keep that pressure on early. What is this knife came in? Oh, really deep in candles. That's the thing with Ancient in a lot of these positions, because there's so many of those like cubby corners, those close range angles, it's almost impossible to clear absolutely everything. And sometimes you think to yourself, you know, I'm not going to check that angle. And then all of a sudden, there he is, knife in the back.
Very cheeky on that one. But as you mentioned before, like, you can't check all angles. There's so many corners to hide in, so yeah, credit. But don't take anything away from Spirit. Again, guns back out for Heroic, and they're going to put Cadian aggressive again in towards the top mid, control out towards window, looking down lane, but seeing nothing of the T side. They've already got 1 player who's out towards the other side of wood, but other than that, it's passive from the T's.
This is not a good position at all for Spirit. They really need to pummel in the util to try and force this AWP off angle. Nade goes down onto Magix, and they don't really know that he's here.
Cadian gets his pick in, and now they do know he's there, but with the man advantage, they don't need to fight anymore. They'll fall back, start to defend A, because there's 2 players pushing up from main.
A bit of a walkout, something we haven't seen out towards the A side. At least that shoulder bait gets the information out from Temple. Shush gets away with a couple of kills. Magix and Dexter now trying to see if they can fight back. They do get a trade, but only 1.
12 HP, Nade evaded. Refresh comes up with a pick back to return to a 1-on-4 now for Dexter. AWP in his hands, bomb on his back, and no chance in hell to make this round work. I mean, I say that, and Dexter has the potential to go nuts, but he's got to isolate every single pick, and Cadian is the first man that's going to face him. Back to the back lines, over at the back halls. not quite getting an angle to work with. Dexter falls away.
He's really impressed me so far here in Cologne in the playing stage, in this best of 3, that he's holding his ground again. First LAN event with Spirit. I think his biggest LAN was even a B tier or C tier before that, playing with a Sparta. Had not really had an opportunity of playing at anywhere near this kind of a level in this environment.
He's really been a find, hasn't he?
Yeah.
And I think it's just something we can say about a lot of CIS players, to be fair.
Everyone from a Sparta. They got Sophics over there. They got Spirit. They got Patsy into the Spirit Academy team. It just seems that, oh, a Sparta, yeah, you're not having a lineup anymore. We'll just take them all.
Has improved the Spirit side quite significantly. We know how deep they went in Katowice. Hold their own deep run here in Cologne, but for now, it's Heroic. They're in control. 5-3 on the board. I think a force buy is inbound here for the Spirit side. Yeah, Khalil's out on a couple of players. Orb saved in, AKs as well. SDY can also buy. Yeah, we'll go for a Galil with utility as well. So a little bit of a lack of firepower here for the T side.
That's all right. We've seen a couple of these buys forward with Galils that could still find a fair bit of impact. This time around, we've actually got a lot of emphasis out towards this A main position, but the cities are aggressing it.
Smokes in. One of their own back here towards the back lines over at the main entrance. Spirit being very careful with their face. They know that there can be heroic aggression, and there is heroic aggression. You can see Shush push so far up, and remember what he did last time when he had this aggressive angle? Like, he absolutely decimated the T's. They don't want to repeat that.
Well, that's why Spirit have got to at least be able to utilize some of this util, just force him forward. But even with that, they don't even use the util. As soon as those smoke starts to dissipate, just on his own accord decides to fall back. And now the City start repositioning a mid player out from Candles to crossfire with the AWP in the Q position.
Waiting for contact. Magic's caught on a leg shot. Not quite a kill for Cadian. Molotov's inbound, trying to force him back out of position. Will they catch an angle? Flashbang in there as well, also turned away from. They don't take face though, he's not allowed to kill.
No, it's just so much time wasting going on for Spirit. They go back out to lane. They know that Chopper's been able to clear out this ramp position, but they've got to get a move on. 2 players in cave.
TeSeS down, waiting. TeSeS looks away towards the side at the right moment, but Chopper still gets the kill. Down with 1 frag. Got to turn back to the second, drops him, but Mir gets the trade. So, rotations here. Chopper is already made the way so close up towards the site. Cadian catches 1 AWP pick, but only 1 before the trade. So, refreshing his own counter backstab. 10 seconds left, though. Not going to spray through the wood. And look around directly towards Chopper. Lose the fight. All on Shush. Dexter finds his pick instead. So, Team Spirit continuing to fight back.
It just came to the overly aggressive picks coming through for the T side. We saw a couple of backstabs out from that cave position for Heroic in particular. Not swinging out wide to deny that bomb. Instead, just waiting for the bomb to get down, waiting to catch Chopper off. But him and Dexter just holding their ground. And Spirit individually on this T side looked very, very impressive. Heroic forced on another eco, and we should be tied up at 5-5.
That is the theory. Only 1 upgrade pistol for Stown, so on paper it should make a lot of sense for them to be able to stand same level as Spirit. See what these AKs can do. See what Heroic can do. See if they can get some exit frags, do some damage. But you are right. Like the outcome here, just to get this round together. Smoke execution coming in towards the A site. Rotations are inbound from Heroic as well, and they have got 1 player aggressing out here. Flashbang does catch players pretty blinded off here towards the main angle, so they rotate away towards Refresh. Magic's with 1 frag. Cadian can respond towards it, dealt with by SDY, and they struggle to deal with TeSeS and Shush as well, but ultimately they do find the picks, they do find the site. It's down. Left frag.
Not finding anything. More kills being added to the tally for Dexter. Heroic. They have had to rely pretty heavily on the AWP, and when I look at both Overpass and on Nuke that we've seen so far, I want to say that the AWP's been more prevalent here on Ancient, even if the scoreline only showed us a 5-5.
Not very AWP-heavy map over on Nuke, for example, so might be a possibility for a bit more potential in terms of this map itself. Oh, nice run boost, like that. Cadian gonna get straight on Chopper, and Chopper's gonna get caught for it. Fantastic opening frag from Heroic.
Well timed, well placed, and the shot just finds the connection. Now the CTs could just start dispersing. They've worked with that opening man advantage. Fall back, play the numbers game.
boost up to allow Mir to look in above this smoke. Shots ringing out from the AWPs across the map. I think it's Dexter that's hoping for a pick through a smoke, or over that it could be Cadian back in the passive positions on the A site. He's found that kill already for him, so he's already got to start out. What can the rest of Heroic do?
But they've got a really good read out towards the A site. 2 here, 3rd on rotation to come out for Donut, and Cadian's here with the AWP.
Smoke's in. Cadian gonna get suppressed behind one. Molotovs as well, waiting for the flashbang so we can try force forward. Magic's gonna get tagged at the 13. Shush with the SMG in the back line, so far out, running and gunning. Refresh and Teslas get those trades, however. 2v4, repositioned angles of the CT board. That bomb's been dropped out towards top mid as well. Who's going to read that? Who's going to catch it? Well, Mir's going to catch the CT. He's getting aggressive. And he gets the headshot on Cadian as well. We're back to evens, but now Heroic are regressed. Now they've got the bomb in their control.
Oh, that's a big couple of kills for Mir, but they need to be able to take some further fights, regain this bomb control. They've got an idea that the CTs are here around it. Great volley out to the bridge position. Mir gets the first, and now it'll come down. Mir with a massive clutch. The 4K overall, and he looks like it's just another day in the office for him.
Wow. 15 for him in this map. And he just went wild. That was insane. Refresh called aggressive. This shot on Cadian, that was stupid. And it's to go even further with this. Yes, he lost Dexter, but ultimately he won the round. And that gets a lead for Spirit, one that came out of nowhere for them.
Honestly, what are they feeding them in CIS? I don't know what it is. Mir, such a sick round for him. And you've got to imagine that in terms of the swing of that round, the way that it resets the CT potential, Spirit can really start gaining a decent lead now on T side.
Straight in spray, Mir and SDY, kills found, 2 frags, 3 frags. Yeah, it's going well for them in the anti-eco basis. Heroic haven't been able to find anything else in terms of eco wins or damage being done. B site under control of Spirit. Bomb plant should be secured. Heroic locked out of round 12.
And something we were talking about going into map 3 is the whole of the on-the-day performance. Who's going to be showing up? And it seems like Chopper has just unleashed the secret weapon here on Ancient.
Secret weapon of Mir, right?
Of course.
I mean, Mir was still having impact in the previous rounds.
Not like this,
in the previous
though.
maps. I mean, that is true, but it's like, is it really that much of a secret, though?
Yeah, well, I think so. Just because you're an impact player, to now go over to map 3 against the 3rd best team in the world and drop 19 and 7 in 12 rounds, yeah, absolutely. And for Heroic, you've got to come to a compromise, I want to say, because Mir's not going to be slowing down. Yeah, you can maybe try and fight him with util and try and get him a bit uncomfortable, but you need a Mir yourself. You need someone to step up to the plate and say, you know what, I'm going to hit him head on. I'm going to try and see if I can isolate something. And I wonder what player that is that we have to look at. Is it Cadian? Because so far, he has been the impact guy, but everyone else has been quiet. Maybe Tessus, because he was really impressive in map 1 and map 2.
Been quiet here for map 3, though. I mean, that was the guy I was going to pick. Cadian would be the man to mark Dexter. The AWP v AWP battle. And honestly, I feel like Heroic could be in a much better spot if Tessus can wake up and start to put some more of that accuracy and some more of that confidence in from the first map of the series. $7-5 for now, though. Spirit in control, and Heroic set with the rifle buys. They did just take a tactical pause as well. How will they respond to Spirit's current setup? They have AKs involved for Chopper, of course. Smokes down towards Cheetah. Or Cadian with a tight angle, hoping with some sort of contact magic to give it up to him. It's all a case of timing.
And we did see a missed bridge smoke out for the T side, so there could have been some capitalization coming through on that. Instead, there isn't. And gets a re-smoke down for Chopper, just falling back. But this aggression out from Cheetah, honestly, the Cheetah players haven't had to take many duels because, well, Team Spirit aren't really making a move in that direction. Oh, the swing up from Magix does get caught out by the AWP, but there was a walk.
Yeah, perfect patience from Cadian. Held that angle for so long and finally capitalizes on it. Chopper on his way out as Cadian does catch Dexter as well. Secondary frag, fantastically done. 5-on-3 now for the CT side.
They're desperate for any kind of advantage at this point. Flash in from Cheetah, turn away from it. 2 CTs here.
M4's crossfire lock, Chopper fake space. They're going to line up for the likes of Tessus, but he only gets 1 frag. Mir to respond towards the man. 3-on-2, and Cadian still peeks up, gets the triple. and now looks for the quadra against SDY. Out towards Cheetah, going to come in from the same angle, or rotate towards mid, where Shush could catch him off. Waits for a little bit longer, he can sneak away back out the A site, and no, Shush waits for the moment. Waits for the frag, and gets the round.
6 up for Heroic, and just being able to try and fight back from the deficit is something that they've really had to do for the majority of this series. Really good position for Magics to be in with that walk-up, but it was just Cadian. The way in which he's holding for that ramp push, not getting flashed, not getting smoked, it was so dry for the T's.
Heroic within 1 now of the Spirit lead. Can they turn it into even standing again? Can we have another 8-7 half play? We explore over on Nuke, and it led to Heroic's demise. Right now, it could be everything be for life for them instead. Economy's a little bit limited for Spirit as well, so going into round 15, they lose this, it's a reset.
A big rotation coming through, everyone grouping together. Spirit outside of this B contact, and this is probably one of the first times Heroic have only really had 2 on B.
Forrest down, trying to spray through on a wall bang, but didn't catch anything right now. Chopper tap forward, but again, can't quite seem to see the player, can't quite seem to catch a frag or a tag. Instead, it smokes down on the site itself. Down, close range with the second teammate, that's Tesses. Facing out back towards Wood, he'll take a fight, win it out against Magics. Reface back in for a bit more, draw their attention towards this angle, stall for time in the rotations as well. Here they come, Mircourt next, Tessis with a double, Dexter trades backs down, gets involved. Got to focus on 2 different angles though, and finally is overwhelmed by the numbers of Chopper with his pick back. A 3 versus 2, Bomb, however, dropped on an AWP, can't get Chopper though. Refresh there for the response, and Heroic hold evens.
Spirit are missing a fair bit of util in this first half. A couple of bridge smokes have been missed. That time around, they tried to go for the double mollies out towards Wood in the back pillar position, and one of them connected. The second one just burst in the air, and it allowed Heroic to stand in positions in which Spirit think to themselves, they can't be there because we've mollied it.
A forced buyout for the Spirit side here, of course, into round 15. Heroic AKs and Galils to contest with. They had a few AKs of their own, right? M4s mostly in the AWP. For Cadian going into the final round of the half, and Cadian has started to step up here. Can Refresh do the same in this particular position at elbow? Or does he have an inkling? Does he know? No, he doesn't. He falls away.
It doesn't even take a spam shot to just try and see if he could chip in with a little bit of damage. So that means for the CTs, in terms of information, they don't have a lot of it, and now they're going for a cave walk.
Down, has Chopper to find. Looking away at the wrong moment. Great kill, great start for him. Grenade on towards elbow. Timed well enough, only doing so much damage towards Magics though, not onto the mass T-side force.
Now, they're trying to retake this mid control, but they've still got to keep their eyes focused up towards lane in case there's another swing from down.
Forward here, the rotations inbound. Spirit walking their way up and into the B site. They've got Tesses alone and waiting for position. Cadian is all hoping for someone here towards the mid control. There is somebody out there, but again, the focus is on B and Tesses with 3 players to final this spray down. Sunday Young seen first and foremost. Dexter also gets caught. 2 frags, trying to make it 3 mid. Trades it for Stowns there for the bailout, and Heroic will make it 8 at the turn of the half for the CT side.
Impressive showing coming through for Heroic, but 8-7, who do you favor?
You don't have any idea. We head to a break and we find out after this.
It seems to be a battle of the ages. The oldest player on Heroic of Cadian stepping up against the oldest player of Spirit of Mir. Both these guys are hammering each other here in the first half.
The big veterans involved for both sides as the pistol goes live for the second half. Heroic having Cadian, of course, leading that charge and drawing first blood as the duel between him and mid continues to go his way. It's just a lurk out towards mid, though. They're going in towards the B side and quickly making their way up for the bomb plant. Magic's can deny this. He sees one player execution, headshot, gets it back to a 4 versus 4, but Testes trades it on Chopper, so man advantage maintained here by Heroic. Taps forward and down, finding Magic's next up. Dexter and SDY. Last couple of players left as SDY gets one good shot back, but now needs to find so much more.
This backstab's being watched, though, by the T side. They're just trying to pull the attention over for sure, but the connection comes in. Back to a 2v2 now.
Opportunities abound here. SDY still can't hit his shots, though, but now Dexter comes in to catch off one player in the back's down, tagged up. SDY dealt with, though. Dexter's out of time with no kit involved. One good headshot to respond, but 10 seconds. The kit's right in front of him. He has no idea. It's back behind some harder cover. He gets his shots in for a 3K, but not the round for Spirit.
It keeps it expensive, realizes the situation that he probably can't go out, get that kick, get back into the side, hold a 5-second defuse. At least if he taps it, he draws the player out to the open. It allows the force player to come back in, but for Heroic, that was quick, it was pacey, and it was the amount of kills they got in the post plant that really helped them waste time.
Absolutely. And again, Cadian starting things off so well with that opening duel on Mir. You mentioned the battle of the ages for those two players, and well, it's come out on top for Heroic thus far. 2 rounds in the lead, but only there was a bit more time. If only that kit was found for the CT player. All sorts of what-ifs for Team Spirit in that round, but end of the day, it's a force buy for them. M4 out for Dexter. Upgrade pistols and SMG versus the full gambit of rifles for the T side.
That's a very good nade to start off, and now they're even going for an impo play. Trying to get aggressive out from lane, but I think there's T-side eyes on this.
Refresh. Held a position chopper. Time to aggressive forward. Back turn. Deagle can frag and find a Galil, so that walkout will do well.
Just a bit of mistiming, unfortunately, for the T's. They've got the angle held, but then Chopper sort of moves forward to that smoke, and he's going to get out of there.
Flashes in, getting out of dodge. To the back of the B site. Utility still in hands of Heroic for the moment, but being careful about the next phase here. They've lost a man, they cannot afford to lose 2.
More duels being taken. Magic's now being tagged up. Really tight angle for Mir to work with. At least gets a body shot in.
It's down to 40. Testes. Not receiving similar tags, neither is Shush. He smokes off the position now. Does catch Dexter in the back. Cadian deals with Magic next up. Chopper just dropped the bomb, though. Shush gonna have to pick up that frag to return. Now getting towards that B site where Mir deals is down over on the CT spawn. So, 2v2. Again, Team Spirit are keeping this close.
And this looks very winnable in the 2v2, just with the HP numbers, and they're rushing in. They've got a couple of AKs now.
Okay, this just got interesting. Cadian on 4 points of health. Shush got to do the heavy lifting. Frag found. Flanking. SDY adjusts towards it. And now it's the 1v1. Shush, no idea as to where SDY is creeping up from the left-hand side. Swing upon the 8K, wins his fight, just about wins the 3K, and just holds the clutch for Heroic this time.
Oh, that's a bit of a sweat fest there, because you don't really think that they're going to be able to convert, especially when that pick comes back. Out in the back lines, the double orbs being picked up, but just not enough damage being done. Heroic get up to 10. And these early few momentum rounds can just be the difference maker. Look at the amount of SMGs coming forward. They really want to farm as much cash as possible.
And with no Kevlar on the pistol eco, you can imagine that's easy enough for the Heroic players. Full stand in towards mid control. Cadian's going to see them all, get 1 frag and 2. Any more for his teammates? They might have to come to bail him out here. He's on 3 points of health. He doesn't really want to go down. Mir spotted. Down gets his kill. Goes back to the second man as Dexter as well. Tesla takes those 2 frags back to the AK, but fine. Money gained. 11 to the board. Rifles out for Spirit.
And so far in the group stage, I guess we have seen some of the high fragging in-game leaders do really well. Blame F is got to be a prime example that you kind of look at in the play-ins. But right here, it's Cadian just putting the numbers up. I mean, 134 ADR going into round 19. He hasn't dropped off at all in this map, which is really the difference maker.
Yeah, he's been fantastic. Like, his series performance has gotten better as time has gone on as well. He wasn't that great in the first map. He was second fiddle to the likes of Testes, but here, map 2 is great, and map 3 he's been amazing. AK. M4 back out of the donut position for Mir. Hoping the T-side players, Magic sees what's going on towards mid control. Mir does find one pick out, but Shush there for the trade.
A little bit further aggressive now for Heroic out from this mid position, but there's still so much time for them to work with. They can start scrambling the CTs, give them a little bit of a fake out. It seems like they want to regroup to lane.
That's what they'll do. Fourth player also on the way with the bomb on his back, passing the AK off to the high HP player. One player in the back. The AWP watching directly down towards that ramp position. When do Heroic give up the angle? Can they force him off? They've got one smoke. Is that the position they've put it towards?
Yeah, it's difficult to force the AWP off angle. Utility coming down towards the side, but it's not going to smoke off the AWP at all.
Molotov will come back instead for him. He still gets a shot on Cadian. Landed way too deep. He resmokes it. Looks in, but a second pick on Refresh. Can't quite catch the third man. He knows that he's crossed, though. Shush creeping up here. Burst fire, the AUG bomb plant will be secured at this, so at least there's that much here for Heroic, but a 4v2 to fend off.
It's only a bonus round, so any damage here going forward is big damage. They want to try and make some aggressive moves, but it's Magic's out the backline, seeing the last player. This should be an easy pick-in, and so it is. Retake mode in from Team Spirit. Only lose a couple of players, but for Heroic, they'll look at that and say, yeah, that's okay. We have 3 SMGs out in there. We've got a couple of kills. We've got a bomb plant. Now we'll get the rifles in.
Did give up a couple of AKs to the Spirit side, though, so there is a little bit of firepower for the CTs to work with. So something was lost there for Heroic. It is a bonus round, you're right. 11-8, Spirit have got their start, and Dexter did look fantastic once again. A bit missed utility there from Heroic. You talked about the missed utility of the Spirit side. Those are more set-piece smokes you're talking about, but if those Molotovs are also missed out to try and drive the AWP off angle, you're going to have a very bad time hitting B.
They're going to have a bad time overall if they go light on util like they did in that last round where they just did not have a massive amount to work with. AWP setup coming through for Dexter. Mir getting aggressive out from elbow. He's been putting a lot of aggressive anti-rush nades towards his elbow position, but he's never really getting up close and personal to the smoke.
Utility thrown out. AWP trying to bait in a shot for Cadian, but that cost him. In the bomb as well, which Dexter may or may not be aware of. Either way, he's got the opening kill, and that's what's most important. He's even been challenged and still gets the kill on Test. Magic's going to double up as well. Refresh getting involved, picks up Dexter, knows that Magic is somewhere on the side, sees the shoulder and gets the secondary kill. So 3 versus 2, but now needs his teammate to rotate in, get that bomb down to the site. Is he aware of Chopper? Can he adjust towards the man? He can do. Back up towards Wood. Ready for the 3K. Shoulder bait. Still a fantastic kill, but Shush has fallen in the interim.
He's got to go back to try and pick up this bomb, and we're already seeing the CT's getting into some decent positions. He can't get there by himself. Okay, jumps up, gets that bomb, needs to go back to the side.
Oh, thank goodness. I thought that might have been out of position, but now we can get the bomb. Now we can set up Mir and SDY for the retake. He's clearing out all angles, though. He's got a bit of time, and fortunately for him, Spirit are not acting to the rotation.
He could go right towards the A site. He clears out the back lines, go right through spawn, over to A, might give himself an advantage.
Oh, no, that bomb was picked up, so they should know that he's there on the B site. Refresh right back into B. No, he continues to rotate to A, so you're right, dead on the money with that call. Checking out the back lines just in case. He's checked all corners. He's got to start running soon, though. 20 seconds to the clock.
Yeah, that's the problem with this kind of a play, is that if you're too slow, the CTs are going to realize, and they're already on rotation. They know it's not B.
Grab the extra utility. AKs that they can also recover from the T-side dead bodies. Smoke down over at Donut for Refresh. Flashbang as well towards back of Temple. Bomb still open. This is easy. Way too slow for Refresh, and it's the weakness of that particular play. Should have gone down for the B plant, but ultimately was always going to be a clutch difficult for him. Great 3-man sequence from Refresh, though, to get this round back to a winnable situation. Like, that's been impressive.
Yeah, it is, and especially a guy that isn't an AWPer. You really, really rarely see the AWP in the hands of Refresh. So in that sort of situation, he does very well to just do further economical damage. But Dexter, I don't want to say he's not missing, but he is really finding a lot of kills out towards his B side with the AWP. Nade's going in towards elbow again. Shush is getting hammered by the HEs.
A hero AK for him as well. He needed to get some impact in this one, and now he's got to pass it off to Stan, I'd imagine. So low to 33 points of health. Lurking out towards the mid controls. Heroic press the pistols in towards lane. Spirit with an all-important round of the previous one, and Heroic are trying to recover it, but so far they've gone so little of this.
The worst outcome for a hero AK that just keeps getting more and more util towards him. I don't think he's going to get away with anything with this AK now.
So you just get fragged out immediately by the first contact on the next rifle. Or Mir can force forward, and Cadian can get the Glock shot in. Dexter can respond with the AWP, 2K to his name. Bomb dropped as well. Third frag found. My God, I don't know if the assessment was to say he's not missing, or that you don't want to say he's not missing, because honestly I feel like he isn't. Shush at least finds a pick back onto SDY, so that opens up the A bomb site, but the bomb's in CT control again.
He's been Mr. Consistent in this second half. Just hitting a lot of shots with the AWP, a lot of vital ones too, and even with the bomb being dropped, the cities just know it. They're playing passive.
They're held back for the moment. 30 seconds left. Heroic are going to try force the issue, but as soon as they get this bomb, they're going to rotate right into the A play. Flash forward, spray two. Oh, magic! Abracadabra, 2 players down. 10 to the border Spirit.
Jeez, made that look easy, didn't he? Everyone at home want to try to do that one? Yeah, might be a little bit more difficult than that.
I can do that.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
Heroic. Well, they could take a tactical. Dexter, though, with this orb. And he's even got the confidence, right? In that sort of situation, you go, ego frags, don't want to give up my life, don't want to give him the orb. No, he's not thinking that at all.
Tactical timeout for Heroic, their second of this game. Spirit. Still one from the buy, of course, and there was a bit of an eco there for the Heroic side. It did go for the Hero AK set, and we talk about the emotions of the Danes. We talk about how they can always get pretty hyped and excited, but also very depressed about this scenario. I mean, they still have a lead for the moment, Wake, but Spirit have been pounding on that door, ready to enter the lead of their own right. The Eagle on Shush is going to limit the factor here for the buyback.
It doesn't look good for Heroic, especially when we know the confidence that's been moved into rounds, even just the buy status, to know you've got double orbs for Dexter and SDY, and then you've even got AKs to back it up too.
So much working in for the Spirit side again. They've had so much in terms of firepower. SDY with his AWP set down towards the main control. Ready to receive. When does he see contact? When does he see the players? Missed shot. That's all important for Heroic. They can't punish him entirely. Will do some damage. And the smokes continue to rain in. The set piece execution into the A site. Nades coming up close should land pretty decent on the Shush. He can sponge that damage. And the bomb can go down if they can just push SDY a bit further back.
There's so much util here for the D's to gain the A side control, but they haven't even been able to manage a pick just yet.
Neither side really has been able to finish a pick. Heroic had got the bomb down though, so that's what's most important. It will force Spirit forward now.
I just tried to slow the round with these AKs. Spirit though, they've got the util to work with.
They've got no major man advantage, a HP advantage of Shush and Stown instead. Shush is the Eagle up close. Magic gets caught. Mir with a responsive frag. AWP of SDY faced in upon. Him and Chopper combine. Get 2 more picks and 2 players they're standing for. Heroic making it one of Cadian. Sees the man. Gets the kill. Wildfire on Chopper. Needs to get to Mir, but Dexter covers him off and gets us to evens for Spirit again.
God, this dynamic duo of Dexter and Mir are just having such a sick performance out here on Ancient. They are really working together well, and you can see it on that retake. Heroic were just wasting a lot of time. They had some decent entries once that bomb went down and some capitalizations, but the kills just started coming in really quickly.
That retake looks so good for them. Heroic were at the disadvantage on the HP numbers already, but Spirit, like, make it look like more of like an eco than anything else. Damage was done to the CT side at least, so there was a consolation prize for the Heroic side, knowing that there's reset potential, but they have to get a round on the board soon. They found the first and second rounds of this half, but ever since then it's been all Spirit. In towards main, SDY. Shoulder baiting, Incendiary in hand, sees the one. Incendiary back to try to suppress them, gets the one kill. Shush there with the trade.
That's a great hold to start off. Get that first kill, tag Shush up, out towards the signpost. We see that off angle coming through from Mir. But Heroic, they don't capitalize with the opening kill out to A. Instead, they slow it right down. They start regrouping out towards elbow. Down out from mid, getting peeked on Mir. How does he win that?
Magic. That's all I can get. Speaking of magics, down to the hands of Cadian. One trade back for the big fragger of the T side. 27 deep for him, 26 deep for Mir. Might have to utilize Cadian to try and deal with Mir. Wraparounds again from Heroic, go back in towards main, towards the A site, where Dexter and Mir are holding from the AWP in particular, pushing up towards the totem.
And they've got the crossfire, but it comes down to how quickly do they look back over towards that main position, because with their eyes locked out for mid, it's going to give them the information, but they need to look back to the A site itself.
Smokes on to suppress the two CT players from the entrance. The bomb can go down. It's pretty open. Does Dexter go for some blind shots? Incendiary nade doesn't get shushed, but it does force him off the bomb plant position. It doesn't none of the plant either.
A lot of respect being given here for Spirit. Boost comes up towards that triangle. Backstab in for Mir.
Shush ready, waiting for the man. Take that contact, take that peek, looking away at the wrong moment. Perfect timing of the swing. Perfect kill to find. 3 versus 2. And do Spirit even bother with this? No, I don't think they are. Chopper's waiting for Tessus to extend. He'll look for exits. This will be a 12 for Heroic. They're going to maintain the lead just about.
Just try and get that extra AK and spawn. Give that an upgrade going into the next round. Dexter looking for something as well, but money's just not here with the loss bonus. Better option just to go in for the save. Do they force buy? I don't think it's worth it. Drop a couple of pistols over, but there's no real investment here.
You say that, and they force the issue. I mean...
Classic CIS, right?
I was going to say, yeah, like, are you surprised? It's Spirit.
Yeah, not really.
So, the Masters, SMGs, the two M4s, I should say, the AWP.
Very risky.
It is risky. No, you're absolutely right about that.
Hey, sometimes these risk players off, though, and it comes to round 24, the aggression down from mid. Oh, Mir again. So many opening kills on this CT side.
He's got his own back on Cadian. Even standing on the frag counts for both of those two individuals. Opening frag against Heroic, who lost a very important player in their T setup. One frag that yet to see anything else here. It's very passive, very quiet again here on Ancient.
And for anyone watching me in the play-ins, 82.1% success rate on CT side for opening man advantages for Mir. Feel like that's probably going to be pressed even further in the group stage. So many of these rounds here on Ancient. He's been the one to get the opening 5-on-4.
Minute 2 the clock. Chopper watching with his M4 backed up. Utility involved with the flashes coming over. Waiting and ready. 50 seconds for the hit to come through from Heroic. They need to get Chopper off angle first and foremost. Burst into the site here.
It's going to be the B-side X. There's so many players here.
Counter smoke and a counter HE as well, trying to do some damage to press them. Molotov in towards Magic's position. Should that force him forward? It should do. Shush catches the kill from our spray. Lines them both up. Drops the bomb. Tessus and refresh the forward of the same. Magic makes it a triple with a FAMAS involved. The AK will fight hard, but fight in vain for Stown. As Team Spirit win the round and go 12-all again.
And while Magix hasn't been a crazy performer here on Ancient, some of his holds out towards a B-side. So many multi-kills in which they're just converting the rounds. They line up for him. The flash over the top. Stown just completely blinds his teammates out from ramp.
And again, a FAMAS getting a 3K. Ridiculous. Third tactical called in for Heroic. They need it at this stage, Dweg, but if you're in that camp, if you're on that side, like, what are you saying to these guys? You know, what are you trying to deal with? What's the call? What's the play? What is being discussed here?
Well, you've got to figure out what to do in mid, first off, in terms of the tactical basis, because we're just seeing Spirit gaining a lot of mid control by themselves. They're putting early aggression nades down towards elbow and lane, and Heroic are giving them a lot of respect, so maybe trying to find a way to be a little bit more aggressive and take map control away from Spirit.
Incendiaries and nades, a standard utility set to get set in for the CT side. M4 Magix down range with the flashes over. Incendiary also up and out. Tries to press that bomb plant from coming through. It can be secured here. They're going to force forward and try to deal with Magix to get a bit more out of this and just plant in this round. And 2 frags, traded back for 1. Plant at least gets minimal impact, but what more can they find?
There's still another couple of kills. That gives the man advantage up, and even getting back out of cave. Cadian tries to get in there, does get in the second time.
Bit awkward in the midst of that smoke. Chopper deals with Shush. Now Cadian's got to find his man. Caught on that jump face. The other player backed up here for Tessus. They're going to try and look for a backed up against the man. Okay, there'll be one exit frag, but now they know where both T-side players are at. PG-50 is a little bit off target as well. Dexter gets a no-scope shot through the smoke. The FAMAS spray does get an exit frag, do some damage at least, but not get the round itself here for the Heroic side. Spirit are back in the lead, Dweg. And at this late stage in the game, it still feels possible for them to take the series.
It's very possible. Very, very much so, especially if they're playing the way that they are. Heroic on T side, they just haven't found a lot of success. It is sort of the bottom line of where this is going in the second half. We saw, what was it, the pistols and conversion for the 3-0 start. Outside of that, they've won 1 round. That's it since then.
Now is not the time to fall off, Heroic. Last map of the series, no second chances. I mean, they have got the lower bracket run, but for them to already be in the lower bracket when we know that they don't do well at IEM. Team Spirit about to deny the Danish derby here in the upper bracket semi-finals. They get this next round, they'll get to match point at least.
11-7 up at one point for Heroic, and now the lead going in favor of Spirit. Could be even more. Another crossfire. Jewel plays out from Cheetah.
Utility out towards mid-control. Chopper and Magic's thinking of the force forward. They're not going to get too aggressive, though. Katie and Zorb looking up towards window and start looking like top of the mid position as well, but seeing nothing of the CT side. They're back passive. They're waiting for them to make the over to the site.
Mir just so deep and passive in from the donut position. Does catch that early info to Tester, so can relay the played out that there could be a wrap-in from Candles, but there's still another couple on A.
Okay, they're ready for SDY. Seeing the Util come back, Incendiary to try to stop them. They'll force forward of it. They'll see Refresh. Refresh will get the kill. Dexter can respond with the AWP pick into the back lines. They're going to have to site here, looking towards the main entrance. He's seen one player jump. Basically, he's not aware of the player on site itself. He'll burn out of position and fall away in a 4-on-4.
Oh, Testers, this is the big backstab. Oh, but they're watching it. They've caught him off.
Chopper and Mir can try back. Mir gets the kill through the smoke as well. Drops the bomb at the right moment. And Cadian with 10 seconds knows that he's got no chance at this. Will stick around towards main, try to get some exit frags, but Mir's hunting. Imagine that York falls down after time for Cadian. He needs to stay alive here. He's still holding an aggressive angle, though. Spirit will not aggress any further than this. 14-12 for the moment for the CT side, though. That's the bottom line.
And do you remember the Mir that everyone used to remember back in the day on LAN? It had to be on that Vega lineup. The one that was just absolutely doming. Really, really high impact, in-your-face kind of player. And right here out on Spirit, he's been here for a little while, but now we've come back to LAN. He has been incredible.
Close to the 30 bomb for him, and he's got Dexter behind and able to support in that respect. That's the one thing I think that's missing from Heroic. Yes, they've got Caden, who's also posting similar numbers, but there's no one else able to really pick up the slack for where he falls down. And Spirit, they're 2 rounds away from the win. Heroic are 2 rounds away from equalizing. They've got a buyback here. And it's last chance to Loom with nades doing tons of damage. Look at those HP bars.
So well placed with the utility usage there from Spirit. SDY aggressive out from ramp. Choppers with the crossfire, drops that bomb. Easy couple of kills.
Good night.
Why not just make it a 3K?
Good night. Heroic, 2 players remaining with the bomb in CT control with no real chance of this. Maybe if they got a bomb plant, we could say, hey, they can force the buy for round 15, for round 15, match point round 15. But this is not on. Refresh and Shush. Praying for a miracle. Wraparound comes in from the AK on the site. Does get Magic's at least. Can he get Dexter? Shush finds SDY, but Mir and Dexter trying right back in. And it's match point for Team Spirit.
And just remember, too, this was the series in which they lost their map pick to start off. Out on Overpass, looking solid, up 13-10, can't quite close out. Really incredible streak in a row for Heroic. We go over to the second map, it's Nuke. That is Heroic's map pick. Spirit win it. We now go into the third. And this CT side, it really has just been stellar, is the way to kind of put it. They've won, what, 7 out of the past 8 rounds, might even be 8 out of the past 9. They've really got a roll going. And Heroic, ever since we've got into rifles in the second half, they haven't converted.
And remember, Heroic are the ones coming into this tournament, or into this matchup in this tournament, as the favorites on the basis of their tournament performance.
Yep.
Again, top 4 in every tournament except for 2 so far this year, and they've all been S tier and RMRs. Versus Spirit, who have played in much lower level competitions in previous. And the end result still could come up towards them. Rifles involved, a force buy for Heroic. 3 match points to deal with. Spirit on the precipice of pulling off the series here.
Nades out towards a quick A-site play, but really it's just a little bit more of a fake, trying to see if they can draw those rotations over. At least they deal with Mir straight away in from mid.
Big kill. Looking back towards Totem, we've got a second player. The site itself, refresh with the Galil. Sees the shadow, gets out of dodge here, makes some noise, trying to bait in Magics, gets the frag, looks for Chopper as well. And that's all important. Heroic needed something like that, because that might keep him alive.
Yeah, Sparrow got no option here but just to save onto the weapons. But even for Shush out in this donut angle, he can still catch off a couple of stragglers, get a couple of these exit kills, and just hammer the economy even further down into the dumps.
Yeah, plant secured. 2v5. The wall gets down at least in the exit, but this should be cleanup. So long as they hold on to the AWPs, they'll have some basis in the next round for the Spirit side, but they might be focusing on the 30th round by, if anything else. Dexter taking more frags away, so they are giving up some rifles here, Heroic. I think the hunt should be should be called off.
Yeah, they're still going for it, though. At least Cade can a little bit more of these jewels, and it's just easy pickings, isn't it? Heroic, they're not losing a massive amount. If everyone falls, yeah, they are. But losing 3 players, it's not the biggest deal in the world because they know the impact is there of that reset for the CT side. The risk, it doesn't quite pay off. And for Spirit, I could see a force buy here. Dexter drop an M4, Chopper by himself, Mir by himself. Because you don't really want to be ecoing with double AWPs.
Hundreds of dollars out of that previous round. I wonder if Heroic are going to be limited for this buyback. AK's in, utility out for most players. Teslas has no utility, so that's one limiting factor. And there will be a force up for Team Spirit, like you mentioned before. 2 AWPs, M4 for Mars and SMG. That will leave nothing for the round 30 buy if they have to go towards it. And Teslas will start things off on the right foot. Pick up Dexter, a very important player to drop.
Just an instant wide swing out to the candle position. Chopper's going to try and regain this AWP, but that's a great opening pick to find.
Down towards the top mid position. T-side players leaning up. Heroic. Pressing towards that A. The B play. Magics. MP9 wrapping over, ready to receive here. He's so close to him, but he's the only man on defensive. He's going to have to get rotation in from SDY soon.
Oh, the risk. Oh, even the molly. That's going to slow it down out from Cave.
Flash in. Sees nothing. Looks back to Cave as well in the midst of the fire. Drops his life to Tesses. SDY with a pick back. Chopper's grabbed the AWP. He's on rotation back to the backlines. And SDY and Mir getting involved. Cadian trades it back though in the backlines. 3 on 2. Chopper's still here. Close quarters with the AWP. Cadian gets it. And it's SDY to do it all. And he can't do jack. Shush silences him again. It's 14 for Heroic.
No, there's no money. Absolutely no money here for Spirit to work with. And for Heroic, this is the perfect opportunity to get it over the line. Bring us to OT. Get us to just play out for a little bit longer. Spirit, though, what's left in the tank for them? They've worked so hard up until this point. It would almost be a bit of a shame to go to OT knowing that they've been here on 15 for a little while.
They had 3 map points when they got to that 15th, so Heroic didn't have much room to really get themselves back into this, but I think overtime is calling Dweg. How aggressive SDY wants to get here with the Mag 7. Buckshot on Tesses only lands the tag, and that's not good enough. Full send into the A site. Rotations inbound for the CT side. Left Dexter. One from Mast out towards temple position, and Mir coming in from Totem entrance. These 2 players, the central site defensive, and more backups on the way.
They've got at least rotations coming in quickly. Dexter can't find anything but just damage.
12 HP for Tesses, so close to death. And now Deagles hold face, nades up. What are the Heroic doing here? Are they rotating away?
Just waiting for a mistake, aren't they? Waiting for an over-aggressive move, because we know the CTs are going to do that.
Stound's pushed up so far here. Unsupported by his teammates, he's hoping for a rotation from the spawn. I'll rotate to look towards the site itself. Sees 2 players, gets the kills on both, and Magic's dealt with all the same. 15 apiece, OT calling for map 3. What an appropriate way to see this series play out between Heroic and Spirit. And it's our first of the overtimes after the break.
Tell me now why you want to wait. Running out of words you wanna say. I've been looking for you, looking for you, looking for you. Take me down, leave me lost and found. Take me down, loudly without a sound, and I will rise, and I will fly.
We go the full distance between Spirit and Heroic into overtime of Ancient, a map that we didn't expect to be playing by the turn of map 1, but here we are with both teams going blow for blow. And you mentioned at the start of this one leg, it's down to whoever is performing better on the day. Well, both teams, they're performing just as good as each other in this one, so what can we expect?
It's going to be a brawl. We know that much. Fast play out towards that mid position to start off by the T side. Chopper now aggressing in from Cheetah. Mid just trying to work on the edge of the smoke, but for the most part, Heroic have got mid and haven't even been scathed yet.
And not much vision onto Shush's position. He's going to pass that bomb back, and Blind Fire did get a tag. I don't think Mir heard it. That nade will do some damage as well. A decent start here for the CT Forces with no kills going their way, but already those HP bars starting to favor them.
Yeah, Mid just trying to work around the donut position. Chopper hearing all of the footsteps. He could wrap in as they get into CT.
Oh, he's heard them all. He's going to call information at least to SDY, but he's got to come in to support it because SDY has just dropped the bomb. Massive frag. Chopper found on Sound. Mir comes up, turns around 190 degrees, and SDY gets his PT-50 in to deal with a trade frag. A 3 versus 2, and now Heroic are going to re-force back into CT spawn to grab this bomb. Dexter and SDY have both entryways locked out. It's all a case of timing.
They can't afford to beat this. They're going to try and shoulder bait the AWP, but just try and bait him out. But both of them are just missing a tool, and Dexter finds his 30th.
Tesses. Got to go massive in this one like he has done in previous. He's found the first pick. Almost the second, adjusted to do damage. He's got the second kill and the third. And a massive clutch for him to just win the first of OT.
Oh, here we go. Team Spirit looked like they had everything in that round, but they did not account for the clutch to come through for Heroic. What a 4K, what a 1v3.
Tesses should never have won that, but somehow he did. AWP's on lock, watch it again. The spray was good, the damage done to the second man. And SDY giving up the angle to allow everything for Tesses to work with there. Wonderful stuff. And again, what a start for the T's.
Just what they needed to get some confidence back, and now even pushing further forward. It seems like now that we've moved into OT, it's a little bit quicker, a little bit more pacey by the T's, just to put a lot of pressure on these early sort of lane and mid position, try and force the CTs back.
Getting back with the rifles in, looking up towards that mid control. Hoping that someone for the CT side can extend, but nobody does. Very passive again from Spirit, as have been most of their CT defaults over the course of this series. There's no need or reason to give up an opening frag to Heroic.
And now it gets very silent in the round, trying to see if they can bait in a little bit of a mistake from the opposition. Seems like it's going to be a regroup out towards the B site, and Dexter just deals with the first that's down.
Slow walks up. Slow face in. Utility inbound. T-side start walking into the mid control, leaving Tesses as the main guy to try and get the flank together. Can he recover the man advantage at least? Can he get the flank into the B site XE? That's the main two questions we're asking ourselves, and Chopper's first to face here.
Oh, the timing just works out for the T's, doesn't it? But it's a little bit more of a fake out than mid.
We do draw the attention to Dexter at least. Tesses finds Mir as well, looking back in for a bit more. Cannot see Dexter's position. The bomb plant is going to get secured. SD White falls. Oh, Tesses. This is what I wanted to see all map long so far. And now he's got an AWP in hand. He's going to try challenge Dexter here. A slight gap there. He's seen the gun barrel. He's seen the man. He's got a quadra. And overtime just ignites Tesses for some reason. 30 bomb and 17 to the board of Heroic.
He's just managed 8 kills in 2 rounds. Quad kills, 2 back-to-back rounds. Jeez, impressive. Really, really impressive. And for Spirit, that's almost something you kind of anticipate going into OT, is knowing a player like Tess is just stepping up, not only in the first round, but to follow up and now make it 17-15.
And again, I was talking about, you know, the Dexter-Mir combination. The reason why Mir is able to get so much impact is because they have, or the reason why Team Spirit are able to get so far is because the impact that Mir has is being covered off by another star player. Now, Tess has stepped up to fill those shoes in the same way that Canian's doing on the Heroic side. And it's working. They're 2 rounds in the lead now, Dweg.
Yeah, Spirit, it probably gets very difficult from here, especially when Heroic are playing at this kind of a level in OT. Pop through the smoke, they just try and run out. SDY gets away with a couple, and him and Chopper just work together.
A mop up and a 5-on-2 immediately. You talk about confidence for Heroic in Spirit. Back in with one of their own right, just barely any damage done to the CT forces. 1-on-5 for Cadian and Heroic. Won't get away flawlessly in this T-side half.
That was a bit gutsy, wasn't it? Just a pop flash through a smoke like that. Try and see if he can catch them off guard. Dexter even on rotate out to the site itself. Gets 1 round to end it off at the half.
And something at least gained for Spirit. It means that they won't be on match point from here on out for them to recover back to a second overtime. Can still win it here in the first. It comes up to their T-side basis. It was a very dead even sets of halves, of course, from both teams in the first. Heroic, again, just having that advantage of the rounds themselves. The gun's in, no double AWP setup, just a single one for Cadian.
Yeah, not really too keen on the double AWP setup. Early nades coming out towards that ramp position, trying to see if they can disallow the CTs from getting aggressive. It's the AWP going all the way out towards his lane position. Cadian, fast flick to find the response.
4-on-4 as the first pick had come in against Shush's part, so Team Spirits will hold their own. Stown also peeks forward as Cheetah gets Magics. So man advantage tips to the favor of the Heroic side. Mir on 10 points of health as well. Not ideal for the standing here for the Spirit squad.
Heroic still playing a fair bit of influence on the aggressive moves. Stown has got to be careful on how far he moves forward.
Dexter waiting. Stown's M4 also holds. Where does Dexter go with this? How does Stown play around this? Close quarters for the big green. The big purple, actually. Falls away, does not give the info.
Very silent. And even for Cadian, how does he get at least utiled? They just molly him, smoke, flash off angle, whatever it is. They can't peek in dry to the AWP.
Utility up. AWP now smoked away from position. Cadian still going to try and get ahead of it. Looking down range, but seeing nothing at all. Shot blind. I thought that connected. The USP does, though. Mir caught through the smoke. The plant will be secure, but it's a 4-pronged attack here from Heroic.
Oh, they've got players everywhere. Out from Cave, out from Ramp. SDY loses the fight, and Dexter has now got to try and step up and clutch. They peek in together, and that gets 18 up. The post plant, how do you win a 2v4 like that? Especially when Heroic have already got themselves in some really good retaking positions.
Yeah, that's the issue, right? It wasn't the fact that it was a 4v2. It was a 4v2 from literally every entryway on the site. Match point for Heroic. Now above Team Spirit, and the 15-12 Team Spirit we saw a handful of rounds ago has disappeared. They still got 2 to make up. They still have a chance to bring this back from the brink. Heroic are the ones that are at the advantage, and look at the number of AKs they have here, Dwayne.
Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous. Heroic, this is the best chance for them converting right here, right now. Team Spirit, what have they got left in the tank? We're seeing an aggressive move out towards the main position for the CT side. SDY just held back from the flames for the moment, but it's lane control being gathered.
Smokes up, Chopper. Comes towards that lane position, down with the AK. Waiting for something to come his way. It's burst fire. The rifles try and press on. It's down. Tess Cascadian. Bad position. Try to get towards the CT spawn, perhaps. Leave one man over towards KO in the B-side defense.
And for Spirit, they're just desperate for an opening man advantage, just some sort of pick in. And even for Cadian, starts repositioning back over to the candles, but he gets smoked off. Oh, it's a miss smoke.
And a nade to respond towards it for the CT side. A flashbang forward, catching him off in the mid control. 43 HP tagged up. Refresh will swing back as well to try and hold position on the CT side. 55 to the clock, and Mir thinking of falling even further away. Will he catch off the man?
They're only actually playing one on B. It's this aggressive mid stance they're not ready for, but it does allow the first pick.
Now that they've got that pick, and they've realized there's no one on the A site, two more players rotate back from mid and into B. So now the full-on setup here for Heroic. Can Spirit break this? 35 seconds to get the bomb down.
They're going to get the nades in towards the side, but Stown's still aggressive in cave.
Off angle ready, his Magic's going to be prepared for it. Flashes over, good shot, not quite the second. Chopper with a response. Cadian still set with the AWP, but Dexter, his own AWP's leaning up to the same position. 20 seconds, they've got to go right now. Spray through, Chopper with a frag back on Texas. Dexter catches Cadian, but refresh in the midst of the smoke. Can he deny the bomb plant? Is he going to peek forward? No, he won't. He'll wait for backup and go for the retake alongside Shush here. Making their way up, tapping their way to the back lines. SDY not seen. Dexter with a tight angle. Looking away at the wrong moment. Chopper not caught back behind the box. Look at how far Refresh has got here, but Dexter lands his kill. It's Shush left to clutch it with one frag to his name. Kit in play. Half the time had ticked by already. Taps the defuse, sticks it in hole. Sticks it in hole. Sticks it in hole. No one's going to get there, K. Oh, that just came together for Chopper. Took the scenic route, but got there just in time.
What a recovery, because Heroic had a lot of advantages going into that round. It was the slow walk aggression out from mid for Refresh to get that 5-on-4, a couple of trade back on the site itself, but Cadian missing one of those AWP shots, and instantly the trades were there by the T's.
We'll go to the 6th of the half. The overtime here. Team Spirit still down by one. Heroic. AWP in Acadian. Oh, Scopes the worst possible moment. We caught that first pick down towards lane control, but no one's seen instead.
And now they just have to fall back, know that they didn't get an advantage, start rotating players back over towards the B side. They've still left Cadian somewhat aggressive in mid, alone by himself.
So careful again. Back to that standard style of just positions taken to bait aggression on the T-side line, but Heroic doing the exact same thing on the CTs. And neither side bites. Spirit are the ones that are going to have to act eventually. Slow rotate to grab that bomb and push it into lane.
There's just no counter utility here at all. A big gamble out towards this B side, and it might pay off.
3 players here. 4th man can wrap in from the mid control, but really he needs his teammates to stay alive. If they overwhelm this defensive force, and Team Spirit probably take us to a second OT. Molotov and Flash, Tesses back up behind them. Twings and Magic's immediately domes. Fantastic frag. M4 Refresh struggling to deal with a second man, so the kills just come pouring in. M4 around the corner for Stown. Does catch Magic at least. Looking for the second player on the back of the site, but SDY with his pick. And well, Spirit push back on the back of the ropes. Knocked for a fast one, but not quite out of the game just yet.
Yeah, they're not going down without a fight. They're going to bring us to another OT, and for Shush, this is such an impossible clutch. 1v4, AWP is posted on angle, but SDY's there for the trade, and 18-18 we go again. Heroic, they had a couple of opportunities, Jay, and they weren't able to convert.
This seems to be a pretty common sort of theme, I think, in this matchup. Not able to convert. Not able to convert the match point for Team Spirit. Not able to convert the overtime for Heroic. Not able to convert their map picks for both sides.
Yeah.
Not able to convert the comeback in the case of the Spirit side. Rifles inbound here for this OT. The second one of our matchup. Magic number is 22. Lots of damage done to Team Spirit very early on here. Chopper's down to 30 instead.
Now, those nades coming into the lane position haven't been able to do a massive amount of at least util just yet. And Tester's thinking about Jiggle Peak and thinking about getting overly aggressive, but if he pushes any further forward, he might just get trapped into the AWP.
Smokes some mollies, flashes. Trying to have a player at the B doors. Same thing with Stown. Had a cheater. Stown gets the kill on Chopper. What a start. Just past that smoke. Magix as well does not find the position though. We're best for him to fall back, flash back in for Tested. He does catch the kill on Magix. Knows that Dexter's also away. There was a doorway. Oh, Manic spray, but can't get the kill against him. The AWP might just be able to hold on to this position. No, he falls in the end.
Just so much aggression coming through for the Sydney side, constantly pushing out for the late position. They line up for Mir. He only gets away with one. SDY out for the spawn's going to get dealt with by Refresh, who gets 3 in the round to get them to 19.
Manic stuff for him. 3 massive frags and the AWP just closing out with an amazing adjustment. 19 to the board. Heroic again up in the lead by a single margin. Spirit will not let that go down lightly, I don't think.
No, not at all. And for Heroic, you could see the extra moves forward to just keep pressure on, make sure they're making it as uncomfortable as possible. Another great nade setup out towards his mid position, but the T's are just running so far forward and into the hands of Refresh to follow up. Gets away with a couple, and Caden's there to trade.
4v2 now making it 1 as Down deals with SDY and Tesset finds Dexter. That is a cleanup if I've ever seen one. Heroic 20 to 18 now. And again, looking fantastic in the first couple of rounds of these OT halves.
And even in terms of how quickly the round is over, that might be the quickest one we've seen on Ancient in a rifle v rifle round. Really, really fast stuff. And Team Spirit, they got, what, 1 trade in that one? Really not a lot of success being found.
Orps back in, Bacadian and Dexter as standard. And all players in the star roles are keeping pace here for both sides. Refresh, a star player of his own right here. His M4 is pushed all the way up towards elbow. Past the smoke, but Mir is pretty passive. Will Refresh get caught for it? Will Shush will catch the kill on Magix to kick things off over in the B site. But this particular engagement could be everything to this half, and it goes the way of Mir.
Oh, of course it does. Pete just comes straight into him, and that's really the advantage they were looking for. Just a chip back in. Stown has constantly been aggressive out from this cheater position, and if he gets flashed over or he gets some util from Cadian, he might try and think about making one of those aggressive plays, but the util is right over towards the A site.
Rotations coming in for Mir to try to push this bomb into main. He's got 2 teammates back over on the B campaign. No signs of who's going to come out on top in this. There's a slight HP advantage for Heroic. Mir's on 28. But they've only got 1 defender on the A site.
That's the NWP though, and as soon as that contact comes through, they can start putting the nades in, and Stown just pushes forward to the molly.
All important. Chopper dealt with. Big play that removes all lane control and smokes out towards the A site. What's Kaden going to do with this? Backs up, waiting towards main. Great shot. Picks up another kill. Incendiary back. Second player being seen with Dexter. Catches him with his back turn. The bomb can commit to the site and get planted. The CDs is suppressed for now.
This backstab for Stown's actually being watched from Mir, but they've got to get the bomb down. They don't have a lot of time.
15 seconds. It's going to be Mir to pick it up. Orp firing away. The CT's repositioned to the back of the site. They're going to line up for Dexter though. Oh, didn't even see that one. His aggressive play in the back of the site does come true.
How are some of these plays happening? That was such a massive advantage. They had a 4-on-2 there. And the situation comes that the AWP Acadian is late to putting the incendiary down. The backstab is being watched from Mir, and they line up for the Temple player. What a round for Mir and Dexter again.
And once again, that was Heroic at the advantage, and Spirit still do not let them get the match point at the turn of the first half. This is going to be sweaty as anything, I feel, from here on out. I mean, it's already sweaty as anything right now. Orp in for Dexter, though. Catches the kill on Katie in a start. Flashed off, blinded, still timed his shot correctly. It's a kill found on him. Stown also tagged up by Magix.
Yeah, even just that spam, it's a little bit of chip damage here or there. Spirit will be very, very happy with the early contact they've had so far. Heroic, they really need to find something back in this. And in terms of map presence, all they've got is lane. They haven't been able to make a move out to mid just yet.
Time starting to run little short taps on Tesses. Sees Mir at least, forcing him back, knowing that there's information towards Totem. Chopper, hoping for mid-aggression, but Heroic are playing into the A site.
And they've been very quiet about it. Resmo comes out towards main. Mira's got to focus his attention.
So is SDY. Good kill, refresh falling. Any more? Any other contact face? Down's hoping he can get an AWP duel against the man, but eventually finds him peeking out the left-hand side. Chopper also makes his way up, but Shush takes the frag back to a 3 versus 3. Mir still in the back. Low HP on one man. Bomb plant can be denied. Have they checked this? They're going to try bait him. He gets so much damage done. Look at the HP for Heroic now. 15 seconds. They've got to get a bomb plant. Shush catches Magics and gets Dexter regardless. How have they pulled that off?
These are coming down to rounds where punishment is everything and pressure is everything too. 9 HP and 3 respectively for the T side. HE into the site could have been all that they needed. Instead, they just rush forward and take those fights. A couple of kills coming in ever so quickly.
That adjustment, man, on the second player, that was everything for Heroic, because now, once again, they are on match point, series point. Spirit got to get 2 in a row to take us to a third OT. Inside player, their defaults are standard, as slow, as careful, as passive as they always like to.
This is where pressure's on again. They've got a couple of rounds to be able to convert Heroic. Look up towards that Candles position. No AWP from Dexter posted.
Small pushes into position. Up and out into the A main angle. Got one player to defend in SDY. The other one's out towards Totem. SDY's going to go ahead and join him here. No one's going to cover main.
Yeah, they're going to just play it retake heavy by the looks of it, make their way out of the site. And for Heroic, if they just get the set piece in, we could actually see a 5-on-5 post plant.
We've seen how those have gone for Spirit on their CT side in the past. Molotov's in, they'll start the rotations. SDY going to try to cut them off, but the smokes bloom behind him. Flashes in, shots ringing out, he will get forced off angles. Down, catches Mir, that's a big important pick to find in the back lines, and the backstab dealt with instantly. Bomb got across, Chopper still waiting for aggression at Temple, he's not going to see anything.
Well, it all just comes down to how many picks can they get. They're expecting a bit of a mid-wrap, and another kill comes through to the T's.
Down also chimes in, SDY and Magic's trying to chime back as well, 3v2, but now it's all left to the AWPer, and dealt with by Sound at last. Heroic put in all the hard yards, but celebrations are in order. A 3-match series at 2-1 and an extravagant overtime in ancient. It goes the way of the Danes.
Jeez, that wasn't easy, but you can see how much it means to them. Coming alive in OT when it counts. And Tessus, what a player.
And what a series it was. What a huge victory. They're happy for that for good reason. As again, they take their first series in the group stage.